Big news today, folks. Demon's Crest, the new novel series by the Sword Art Online author Reki Kawahara, is getting an anime. So this was announced today by Kadokawa. They announced that the Sword Art Online author Reki Kawahara's Demon Crest novel series is getting a TV anime. The novel's illustrator has drew this image as a celebration right there. And so there we go. A new anime is coming out from a Reki Kawahara work. Now, while I am kind of like, all right, good for Reki, right? I am absolutely gonna watch this. No shadow of doubt, I'm watch this. Absolutely. I do have to feel that this is sadly a case that Sword Art Online is still fucking like getting nothing. So Demon's Crest started coming out in 2022. The first novel was November 10th, 2022. In Japan, and then we're on novel 4 now is coming out. In a couple days, novel 4 will be coming out. Novel 3's English translation comes out at the end of this month. So look at that. So it is relatively new, and from it looks like Reki's doing what he normally does, which is one book a year is about what he's doing. And he seems really into it, right? He does seem really, really into it. It kind of goes along with a lot of what else he does. So this is the description, which is the latest VR MMORPG, actual magic. So from right there, you can already tell the Sword Art inspiration and Excel World as well. Has sealed an entire class of 6th graders in a terrifying game of life or death. Countless dangers await 11-year-old Yuma and his friends. One of their classmates has been turned into a monster, and gargantuan beasts lurk around every corner. Their only hope? The demon Valak, who has possessed Yuma's twin sister. Following Valak's guidance, Yuma and his party set out to save their missing friend Nagi, but an unexpected encounter awaits them. So that sounds fun. I have not read the Demon's Crest novels yet. I plan to, obviously. I'll probably end up reading them before the actual anime starts. There is no update on when the anime comes out. It's just saying that they are making one. If I had to bet, because it's an announcement, because they don't announce something unless it's pretty close to being like done, right? You don't announce something and then it's like, all right, we're announcing this. Like especially when it comes to an animated thing, you don't announce, hey, we're doing this. It's 4 years away. You know, you gotta do it when it's like, all right, we're close enough finished that we can talk about it. I would assume. I mean, it's hopeful to be like, next year. If it is next year, I would assume it'd be end of next year, right? But maybe we're looking 2027. Who knows? That's about what I'd say. End of next year, 2027 is what I would assume. Is when we would get this. Now, the big thing people want to talk about is, oh great, Reki's now doing this. What about that Sword Art movie though? Because if you remember back on the Sword Art Online Full Dive event to commemorate the fact that the actual day had happened, and I believe it was the big anniversary for Sword Art Online, it was announced that a new movie is in the works, and this movie was going to be along the lines of Order Scale, being completely original and having been written by Reki himself. Which was like, I was very excited. I was like, oh, cool, awesome. That was in 2022. It has been 3 years, and we've heard nothing ever since. Just that the movie's in development. Now, this could be a thing where they just announced the movie then because they wanted something to announce, and they're like, this movie that isn't going to come out for a long time, and they probably shouldn't have talked about, and they just wanted something to get you excited. But we've heard nothing about this since. Literal nothing. It's been radio silence ever since, which sucks. The last movie that came out that they had, the last anime project that Sword Art Online, like the big one, was the Scherzo of a Deep Night movie, which was great. I was super excited that they're just doing movies of Progressive. I would love if they just did a movie series of Progressive, but they're not doing that. The reason they even jumped to Floor 5 was because of the whole Elfworld War arc that they're going with, and that's not finished in Progressive yet. So they just figured they'd skip that type of thing. Don't go into that when it doesn't have an ending. I understand that. But we haven't had a big anime project for Sword Art Online since this. We did get Alternate Gun Gale Online. right? But that's a spin-off show, and none of like the core cast is in it. So it's like, yeah, it is still something, but it's not what people want. What people want is either a new movie with our cast of characters we love, or a new anime season, which brings about the other problem, which is they probably aren't going to get a new anime season until Unital Ring is finished completion and the arc is done, right? Which is a problem because the last one came out last year, and there hasn't been anything since. Now, I believe this actually might be incorrect. I believe there might be a volume 29. Let's look this up. Sword Art Online. Yes, volume 29. Let's see if this is a thing. No, there's no news on volume 29. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. We might have found a little something here from Yen Press. Hello. Sword Art Online volumes, volume 29. Volume 29? No volume 29. Well, no word on volume 29. So yeah, there hasn't been a Sword Art book since last year. There was no Sword Art book this year. Now, well, actually, there was a Sword Art book this year, which I was going to get to. Progressive 9 finally came out because the last Progressive book was fucking 2021. Reki finally sat down and finished the fucker, and we got a new Progressive book, which was counted as, like, the Sword Art book of the year. But it wasn't a Sword Art main book of the year, which is what we need. We need this arc to finish. Unital Ring needs to fucking end soon, so we can get that fucking season 5 of the anime, which is what people want. Right now, Sword Art Online is treading fucking water. Yes, they get video games, but not a lot of people play the video games. The movies were a good thing because at least Sword Art Online was still in people's mind. Oh, it's got a movie. Oh, it's got a movie. Right? Alternate Gun Gale is fine, but it's a spin-off type of deal, right? So we need another huge, big Sword Art thing to come out. And that needs to be either a new season of the anime or another movie. And we've got fucking no news on either. Now, Excel World, which is another series that Reki does, and a lot of people were complaining that he abandoned. He has been stepping up a bit in recent years. So, in 27, so like, you look, he did like about a year, but 1 to 2 books a year. He was really going over here. Then 2017, he kind of started going to the 1 book a year format. About there, 2020, then he skipped 2021 entirely, then 2022, and then he skipped 2023. He was back in 2024, and he actually made a new Excel World book in 2025, which I did not hear a lot of people talk about. So he is still going with Excel World. Norton, go away. Come on, I'm doing a video. There hasn't been any news of an Excel World anime, which I think is what people want. They want another season of the anime, which, hell yeah, completely understand. But yeah, like, the idea, it's like, oh, Demon's Crest gets a new anime. It's like, great, another thing Reki's gonna be on without doing more Sword Art. Because he's gotta do this, he's doing the movie, he's writing the books, right? And it's not just Sword Art, he's also doing Excel World, he's doing Demon's Crest. Then there's Sword Art Progressive, like, all that stuff. At this point, Reki, I would just straight up focus on Unital Ring, get that fucking thing out of there. For Progressive, if you want to keep doing Progressive, which you should, by the way, you should absolutely do Progressive. If it's too much, do what you do with all the other stuff. Like Alternative, that's not written by him. This is written by someone else. Clover's Regret was written by someone else. Right? Like, at that point, like, all these alternatives are written by other people. I would just, at some point, Reki, and I get he wants to do Progressive because he has an idea for how all these floors are. I would just get someone else. Like, you can still put Reki's name on, but then just put someone else's name or do a ghostwriter like a lot of authors do. They just ghostwrite. But maybe Reki's too proud and he wants to write everything. If that's the case, I also respect that. But Reki, I would just focus on Sword Art, like the main series, and finish this fucking book. Finish this arc, because there's a lot of stuff. Like, here's the thing. Unital Ring 1, real good. I like Unital Ring 2. Unital Ring 3 was alright. 4 and 5, okay, I can fucking tell you this. 5 was nothing to me. I felt nothing for Unital Ring 5. This was fucking filler. A lot of 4 was filler as well. if we can cut out a lot of the bullshit, because there's a lot of fucking filler in these books. If we just cut that out, this series would be, we would be on Unido Ring fucking like number 4 right now, and this would be a lot easier to digest. I think that's Reki's problem. He just fills a lot of stuff. He just starts fucking writing and he doesn't cut shit out. I would cut out a lot of the filler and just, like, Reki, just start going for the end. Like, come on, end in sight. We are on Unido Ring fucking 7 at the moment. Alicization. If we go over here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. We were on invading by 7. So by this point in Alicization, right? We were already in the part where Kirito was a vegetable. Alice was starting to lead the charge. We were at that point. That's where we were. Like the attack on the ocean turtle, where the Gabriel's men attacked the turtle. That was all fucking here. In just this book. So we were well into it. And then he just kept going and going and going. Unido Ring feels like it treads water so much. And I would rather you just focus on finishing this so we can get a fucking anime in store. Please, God. But, I mean, I'm happy for the guy. Another one of his series is getting an anime. That's what, his 3rd series to get an anime, because Isolator doesn't have an anime from what I know. Yeah. But, anyway, I just bring this up, talk about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you going to watch Demon's Crest? And how badly do you want a new Sword Art fucking anime project? So thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on next time.